To start the 2021-22 season, the most disappointing player award through 8 games undoubtedly goes to Damian Lillard. Luckily, his horrendous play has only resulted in a 3-5 record, getting those wins over the Clippers, Suns, and Grizzlies, but falling short to the Kings, Clippers, Hornets, and Cavs, and the Sixers without Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris. Listen, I have all the respect in the world for Damian Lillard to stay in Portland and try to bring home a championship, but if we're being honest, the Blazers are not a good basketball team, and this shooting slump that Dame has been in just makes the situation a whole lot worse. But Blazers fans, after doing some research, we may be looking at the decline of Damian Lillard, but before we get into that, welcome back to another video here with NBA Addict TV, where we provide the latest NBA content on the tube. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get straight to the video. Alright, so far this year, Damian Lillard is averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists on 35 field goal percentage and 23% from 3. That's not Dame at all, which is the lowest points per game, field goal percentage, and 3-point percentage of his career. But what many believe is that this is just a passing shooting slump that Dame tends to get in from time to time, but I know for a fact that this is something much more devastating, and with the Western Conference being such a dogfight, especially in terms of seeding with the play-in tournament now in effect, a sense of urgency is now required sooner than later. But it seems like game after game he just continues to struggle, so let's break down exactly why Dame has not looked like the 3-point assassin that we are accustomed to seeing. Well, for the last couple of years, Damian Lillard has been dealing with an abdominal strain that tends to affect his play from time to time. So last season, back in February, he aggravated it to the point where it tightened up on him while he was bumped driving to the rim and he couldn't move. But it gets even worse. During this summer in the Olympics, Damian Lillard had re-aggravated that same abdominal strain. Now usually Team USA would sit a player out like Dame as a precaution, but due to the fact that the team was struggling a bit, I mean even to the point where Kevin Durant and Draymond Green had to address the critics once they were crowned FIBA champions. But Dame decided to thug it out and help Team USA by any means necessary to help bring home that gold medal, especially being that it was his first gold medal. But it was clear as day that he was not himself out there. He averaged 11 points, 3 assists on 38 field goal percentage and 34% from 3. And with only 2 months in between the end of the Olympics and preparing for training camp, I don't believe he fully recovered. And the Portland TRAILBLAZERS and first-year head coach Chauncey Billups may be the ones that suffer the most. We also have to take into account that Damian Lillard is an old head now. The man is 31 years old and his body isn't as sustainable to injury as it once was. And I know we have been blessed by guys like LeBron James, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, and even Carmelo Anthony, but not every player ages as gracefully as they do. So the abdominal strain that Dame has been dealing with for the last couple of years now, it may be the worst that it has ever been. But guys, it gets even worse. From what I've read, experts suggest that if this is true, Dame will need to get surgery to repair this injury, and that would keep him out for a significant amount of time. Like, I'm talking 2 to 3 months, and the Blazers are not sustainable to be without the superstar for that amount of time, and that will close any hope that the Blazers had to make the playoffs, in my opinion. So the real question is now, should Dame continue to fight through this injury, or should he submit and get surgery and most likely miss the playoffs this year? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this type of content. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all next video.